You know, y'all need to get the tech. We had 200. We got 200 members. We had more than that. I had to put a couple of people out before. You know, some people they don't be wrapped too tight, man. I end up putting your ass up out of there. We don't tolerate all that. We got to protect the integrity and the harmony within our community, right? But y'all need to join. You know, the lives that we have in the community room are unfiltered. You don't have to worry about the community guidelines. I set the community guidelines in my own community, you know, and I do got to give my props to TikTok for allowing me a platform and a launching pad to take off from, right? But, you know, they got too many restrictions on this app. I can't talk freely. I got to walk on cotton. They just signed up for the school. Right on, E Careless. Yeah, you doing like my man Golden Bay. Shouts out to Golden Bay. Golden Bay joined us on the school. You know, he already was liking all the videos. And then he ordered some tech. Your stuff on the way too, Golden Bay. I sent you off. You know, I Palo Santo everything. And I did a few prayers on it and projected some cosmic energy onto your devices. And, you know, accelerated the consciousness and the crystals and the orgone. And you're going to feel it. You know, the synchronicities start taking place ASAP. You know, a lot of people that be in tune, they say they know when it's in their mailbox, they get it like a ringing in their ear start ringing. You know, they're being scanned and cleared from their oversoul. Because you're going to start processing things at an accelerated rate. That's why I tell people to put their feet in their grass and attempt to get grounded. You know, you need to be grounded at least 2 or 3 times a week. If you stay in the southern states, you need to be inhaling sunlight and bringing yourself back in alignment, you know, because you done separated yourself from yourself in order to see yourself, and your true form is unknown, right? You come from a station in existence where you didn't have a form. That's why you incarnated here, so that you can have a reference of a body. Because before here, you didn't have a body. And then you only get to play with the body a little bit. You know, like I said, 100 years if you're lucky. And the evil one and his children already got about 84 years of your life mapped out for you. And they suggest that you operate within the template they put before you. You spend 15 years of your life working, 15 years of your life being entertained, watching television, sporting events or concerts. That's 30 years of your life right there, just in them 2 moves. You spend 24 years in the bathroom. That's 54 years of your life. So you spending 24 years of your life to go to a job that you're going to spend 15 years of your life at. You spend another 15 years going to hang out, going to sporting events. That's 54 years. You spend 12 years of your life doom scrolling through your cell phone. That's 66 years of your life. You follow? And from the time that you come out the womb to the time that you're 18, you're being conditioned and indoctrinated into the social engineering program. That's over 84 years of your life. That's a lot of, and they give you 16 years after that of retirement to figure everything out that he done already done to you. By that time, you're a derelict. You got dementia, right? You can't walk. You have rheumatoid arthritis, and even worse, some of you be bedridden by that time. If not, you done already checked out. Somebody has to bring this stuff to people's awareness. And if it's not brought to their awareness, there's a high probability that they'll be continuously victimized lifetime after lifetime. Anybody got any other questions out there? Come join us in Atlanta. Say, I already feel like you got no purpose. Hey, man, you got a purpose. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here on purpose. You came here on purpose. You just signed up for the school on purpose. No, that's fine. That's good. That's good, E. Careless. I'm giving you some remedy to what you just said. I'm not saying that like that, but you did that on purpose. You follow? That's I was just telling my students that this morning. You got to take it's increments. You know, in order for you to change, it takes increments of effort. Over the course of time, they begin to compound. And over the course of time, as they compound, it begins to coagulate. And it starts to capitulate into a copious event, circumstance, or situation that's going to open up the door for you. That's right. It's called progression. Because like Warren Buffett says it best, there's 2 times in life to grow an oak tree. 20 years ago and today. I'll say that again. There are 2 times in life that you get to grow an oak tree. And that was 20 years ago and right now today. So don't ever think that it's too late. And it takes a lot of conviction to admit what that brother just said. Shouts out to E. Careless. He said he didn't feel like he had any purpose. And what I'm here to do is to give clarity. That's why it's called 1089 TV. And there's a difference between feeling, thinking, believing, and knowing. Right? Yeah, we got you, E, man. We got you, E, money. Can't wait to have you in the community. Oh, yeah, man. It ain't by chance. No one is here by chance. You know, your oversoul brought you here. Maybe a spirit guide or a dearly departed, which you refer to as an ancestor. They bring you guys into this room because they see what's going on at not just my altar, but at Ricky Rodriguez's altar. Miss Lovely, Mother Edenberg, shouts out to Mother Edenberg, Aaron Bryant, Ian Gilmore, Mama Drina, Yolanda Jester, Keith Taylor, Spazzo. You know, they see what's going on at these people altar. They see the efforts that they're putting in. They see more people starting to take this on. Shouts out to Dejon Smith, right? Another one of the new initiates. You know, you build that altar up, man, that shit gonna change the course of your life. That's why it's called an altar. There's over 400 places in the Bible where it talks about building an altar. And for all you happy-go-lucky Christians who don't, with all that fake-ass zeal and all that illiteracy that you exhibiting because you don't read the Bible, because if you did, if you went to Genesis 5, verse 1 through about verse 10, it break down every person that lived all the way back to Adam and Eve. Only thing missing in between that is an Ashe. Right? That's the only thing missing between them names is an Ashe. Tell me I'm lying. You can look it up right now for yourself. Go to Genesis 5. You be like, damn, this nigga not lying. Hell no, I'm not here to lie to you. And when you get to Genesis, is that Genesis 7? When you get to Genesis 7 and Noah gets off the ark or the boat or the craft, what was the first thing that he did? Where my people that's into the scripture who know the word? Right? What's the first thing that Noah did after the flood? Anybody know? Nobody aware. I'm gonna tell you. He built an altar. He built an altar. And people say, oh, you raising the dead. He built the altar to God. But what you don't realize is that he related to God. It tells you that in Genesis chapter 6, verse 3. It said the sons of God came down to earth and had children with the daughters of men. And they bore giants, mighty hunters, heroes of old, men of renown. It tells you that right in the Bible. Our Father who art in heaven. Why would they use that terminology if they wasn't related? You are related to God, for lack of a better word. You know, I got to dumb it down. My master teacher told me to do like, man, dumb it down, man. Keep it on the Bible frequency for people. But that's all y'all really understand, most of you. Even if you think, oh, man, I'm past that. No, you're not. If you can't break that Bible down at the rate that I can, you still stuck in that shit, right? But you are a direct descendant of God. But you got to realize that there are some people here that are direct descendants of Satan. Proof of this is seen in Revelations chapter 12, verse 7. And it started up in the heavens. The archangel Michael and his angels went up against Satan, the dragon, and his angels. You hear me? These were the militaries, listen, for God and the devil. And I use these terms because I know that's what you guys understand. So you are direct descendant from beings that come from beyond the stars. And somebody don't want you to know that. How come that's not the topic of conversation? I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't propagate for the Most High. No, don't come in here like that, sweetie. My friend Jenna just got in a fight with her boyfriend. Now, hey, come on, don't come like that. You out of line. You came in here trying to be on some goofy shit, and you got somebody on the other side that bought you here for something else. Don't play with Dr. Ray. Don't play with me. I'm telling you. I'm not the one to play with. They call me the coach. I don't play. You hear me? Don't come in here playing. I can't I can't control the way that my spiritual agency protect me and put people in check that disrespect me. I have no control over that. So don't come in here. I'm not the one. The 2 or the 3. Anybody got any questions? We had 107,000 likes right now. Shouts out to Ricky, man. Y'all need to tap that screen, man. Come on, tech community. If you're in the tech community, I need y'all to tap the screen at the rate that Ricky is tapping. You might not can't tap it like that, but tap that thing. So more people can see the live. But they keep dropping people out the live so people will leave like, man. Like, he not talking about what I want him to talk about. Why he stopped? He was cooking. Because your ass need to ask a question. I don't know what you guys can understand. Shouts out to my man, E. Careless. E. Careless asked a couple of questions. I got to give it up to you, E. Careless. You ain't, your self-esteem may not be there right now, but that took a lot of courage and conviction to say the things that you said. And shouts out to Morris Man Living. The 1089 tech community in the building. To see the community gonna come out and show their support. They gonna tap that screen. They already see the things that we do. That shit work, man. All y'all people on the other side of the wall and the people that just That's right, brother. We outside. They already see, they see the power. They see what they're capable of doing, not what I'm capable of doing. It's just that I'm capable of showing you what you're capable of doing and the impact that you're capable of having on your environment, on your reality. You could be putting that energy into you. What am I saying? Is put your energy into your divinity. We're going to take it on up to the whiteboard. Take it up to the whiteboard, man. So Dr. Ray can get on off of here. No, we got Ray Day tomorrow. Y'all come join us, all the people in the tech community. I was going to come in there today, but I got caught up putting together the ancestor money. Had a few orders, had a couple of mishaps. But we're going to get it right. We will have clarity in this great day and time called Noontide Ray. Let's get it. We're going to go over what I posted in the school. You guys tap that screen for me. Y'all know how I do when I get on this whiteboard. Y'all getting full-blown seminars. Y'all getting a full seminar, man. Right here on TikTok. The least you could do is tap the screen, give a gift, or come join us on the school, because this information is infinite. It's not going to stop. One sitting is not enough. You might think that it is, but it isn't. One sitting is not enough. Man, watch out, Gary. You don't want to go outside. It's cold out there, buddy. You want to say hi to everybody? And say, hey, guys. It's my cat. He's scared to see himself in the camera. That's why he keep looking away. That shit bug him out to see himself. Like, oh, shit. Okay, well, I need a marker. Okay, there go one. Anybody got any questions? Let me switch my shades up. I just take the shades off. Shouts out to Sage 9. Sage 11, he said he was watching the crystal videos. Right on. Look at that. We still got everything up on the board that we had up there last time. Just show y'all how fluid I am with this. That we still got the same stuff up on the board. Let me see if I could turn that light out. That shit is blinding. Good. Y'all can see that real crispy. Got enough light in here. All right. So let me find my little pointer. I don't know what happened to my pointer. Somebody keep taking my damn pointer. Man, Gary, you seen my pointer? Yeah, now in the last episode, what we were covering was the physical mind, right? And it's the physical mind. The physical mind has got people trapped in this dimension. And you're giving your physical mind autonomy over you, right? And you are a soul. Your soul is supposed to control the different spectrums of the mind. But when you drop in density, the physical mind has autonomy over your body. It's in control of your physical senses, right? It's in control of your physical senses. And your physical senses, or the physical mind, controls the senses, the physical senses, which are what? See, touch, taste, hear, and it's another one. See, touch, taste, hear, and smell. You see that? So the physical mind generates the ego. The ego is the residue of the physical mind. And it generates something that you call a persona, which gives you a personality. You follow? And it's doing all of this on behalf of the soul. Because like I said earlier in monologue, remember when I said you were connected to everything? Let me turn this light on. It's going to look better on the replay. You were connected to everything at one point, right? Let's see if I can get rid of that glare. That way? Might be. Okay. Yeah, you were connected to everything at one point. You were an oceanic consciousness, right? You were an oceanic consciousness. Let's tap that screen, you guys. Tap the screen. And on the etheric realm, you begin to produce color and sound, right? You begin to produce color and sound. And you was like, man, I want to go down there. But you were forewarned. You were forewarned by the angelics. Say, hey man, if you leave the soul plane, you come down to the etheric plane, you can't bring a whole ocean there. You only need 5 gallons of yourself. And this is where you first become an individual. And I told you guys last time, if you take the word individual, you can see internally divide you from all. You were once connected to the all, but you wanted to be an individual. And the second that you even thought about it, the second that you gave it thought, you were extricated from that state of consciousness so that you can start to go down the path of being an individual. Internally divided you from the all. And they said, you're going to have to get in a 5-gallon container. And you're going to have to exhibit something. You're going to experience something called remember. You're going to have to remember. Say, what do remember mean? Because you didn't even know what that was at one time. Said, son, you're going to have to remember that you're not the etheric self. The etheric self is the residue of the soul. It's the lowest vibration that the soul can vibrate to. It start turning into ether. But you're going to have to remember that you're not a 5-gallon container. And I'm using this hypothetically so that you can grasp this concept of how you became this body, right? And you dropped from an oceanic consciousness and you took 5 gallons of yourself, and that caused you to have to remember. And you had to remember that you was an ocean of consciousness. You just wasn't a 5-gallon container of consciousness. But then you look down on the spirit realm and you seen what was going on there. And it was a whole bunch of electricity and lights. It was colors, lights, sound, vibration, and all of this. explosions going on. You was like, whoa, what's going on down there? They said, oh, that's the spirit plane. The spirit plane, it was like, yeah, you go down there, you're going to have to, somebody going to have to remind you. Said, remind? What do that mean? I'm going to have to remember? Like, no, you already remember that you were ocean of consciousness. But when you go down there to the spirit plane, someone's going to have to remind you. Someone's going to have to remind you to remember that you were ocean of consciousness. You follow? But it said the caveat to that is you can't function with 5 gallons of consciousness there. When you go down to the spirit plane, you only need 1 gallon. And because you only going to have 1 gallon of your consciousness available to you, then guess what? Someone's going to have to remind you to remember, right? How far you fell. And once you got there, you seen the physical plane from the spiritual plane. You said, man, they got arms, they got legs, they got feet, they got hands. They down there doing the horizontal mambo. They getting on roller coasters and shit. What's that thing called? Oh, that's a car. Man, what's that thing in that man's hand? Oh, that's a Slurpee. That's Kool-Aid. That's a popsicle. What's that lady doing? Oh, she laughing. What is laughter? Oh, you gotta have to go on down there and find out. Oh, I want to go. But you had to petition to beings in the ancestral realm. You had to petition to them. So you could come into their bloodline and take on a body, right? So that you can have you a body. I told you. And I'll say this. I didn't say this earlier, but I'm going to say it now. You are only here because you really, 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 really wanted to be here. They show you that in the movie called Look Who's Talking. All you generation Zers and millennials, y'all probably never heard of that movie. But go look it up. Look Who's Talking. Because out of 777,777,777 sperm cells, you made it out. You made it. You really, 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 really wanted to be here a lot more than them other sperm cells. Right? So when you made that decision to cross that plane, they said, hold on. You can't take a gallon worth of consciousness with you to the physical plane. And when you get down there, you're going to exhibit something that's called forget. It's like, forget. Is that like remind? It's like, nah, man. It was something else I was supposed to do besides be reminded. Like, yeah, man, before you go, you got to remember that you didn't even come from the place where I told you that you need to remember that you was an ocean of consciousness when you was in that state where you had 5 gallons of consciousness. Now here you only got 1 gallon. But when you get down to the physical plane, you only going to have 20 ounces of your consciousness available to you. And that's not enough consciousness for you to function on the oceanic level. You're not going to feel connected to nothing. Now you have internally divided yourself from all that you are. You follow that? Shouts out to cosmic intelligence. You had to disconnect yourself from yourself in order to see yourself. And now you forgot who you are. You don't even remember. You think you do. Your ego, your persona, your personality then overrode your ability to be reminded. Right? I am a reminder. That's what I am. I'm here to remind you. Here to remind you who you truly are. I don't care if I ain't got 1,000 people here. Like I told you, as long as I get one person, that's all that matters to me. But once you got into that body, once you got into the body, what occurred was you begin to forget who you were. And you started to take on the physical body. And you took on your father, which was 1/3 of him, and your mother. And you became 1/3 of her, right? In order to make up your persona. And through their traits, right? Through their characteristics, you inherited a personality. And now you had a memory. Now you got a memory of your physical life, right? But you had to come out of your mother and father, figuratively and literally, in order for that to take place. And that's what occurred when you came here. Does anyone have any questions about what we're discussing right now? Or any questions in general? You know, that's why I ain't wiped the board down, because people ain't asked no questions. So we just reviewing everything that we went over last time. I'm just adding another layer to it. Y'all see that? That's why it's very essential to get as much as you can when y'all see me out here teaching. Because some people like, oh man, he talked about it. I seen that last time. Oh, he about to go over that again. I added another level to it, didn't I? Didn't I pull back another layer? And all those people that left say, oh, I got this already. Everybody that say they got this shit already, they don't even fucking got it. They need to get it. And they need to get their shit together. You hear me? You need to get your life in order. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they asked me all about the stars and the quasars and all this other shit. And they're like, yo, nigga, you got your own spot? No, I ain't got my own spot and shit. Well, okay. Well, where you work at? Ah, shit, man. I'll be working off and on. Like, man, you worried about the wrong damn thing. You need to focus on this shit. You signed up for this shit. Right? I'd be remiss not to tell you that. You worried about the wrong shit. And that's what be wrong with people. You signed up to be here. Nobody asked your ass to come here. You wanted to come to this plane. You wanted to take on a physical body. No one asked you to do that. You was an ocean of consciousness. You was already good. You was connected to everything. You had access to everything. But you wanted a closer look. Like the Wax Museum. Y'all remember that movie, The Wax Museum? Leave a nod in the comments. You remember the movie, The Wax Museum. And the dude from the Wax Museum looking like Lurch from Addams Family. He was like, would you like to get a closer look? He pushed your ass over that damn velvet rope, and now your ass a part of the damn what's going on. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. See, the Luciferians and his children cursed them. In order for them to rule over you, they had to show you the truth. They didn't have to tell it to you. All they had to do is show it to you. Because they know that you operating with forgetfulness. They know that somebody gonna have to remind you to remember that you was a part of the all. Because you forgot. You hear me? And the only thing you got a memory of is what's going on the physical plane. They know that. And they know when you came through your mama and daddy, your father and your mother, shit, they already got them programmed. So the personality traits that you picking up for them already got the programming on it too. It's a lose-lose situation for you. Is this making sense to you guys? Leave a 9 in the comment section if this is making sense. See, a lot of people didn't stick around for all of this. They came in here and like they started doom scrolling, like, let me go see what somebody else talking about. And I thought he was gonna let people up there so we could argue and talk about some dumb shit. I want to like, come on, man. Y'all, you signed up for this shit. You didn't sign up to be in the stars and quasars. So how do you remember? You got to know who you are, right? You got to remember who you are. You got to refer to those that came before you, those that look like you, with a big nose and big lips and woolly hair. I know Dr. Ray ain't got no hair. I done cut all my shit off. The barber fucked my hairline up a long time ago. Right? But I asked somebody else asked me that earlier, but they asked it the correct way. They said, hey man, what book should I start reading? And I told them to start with an anatomy book, a biology book. Because one of the oldest axioms from antiquity is to know thyself. Right? You got to know thyself. And you got to look at the practical, rational aspects of who you are physically. Right? So you study biology first and start sending neurotransmitters and start expanding the branches in the neural mapping of your brain, which you don't think with your brain. Your brain is just there to process what your consciousness is aware of. You follow? And once enough neurotransmitters start sending light messages to the other neurons that are located in these different stations within the tapestries of the physiological complex or the physiological matrix, which is your body, right? Then your body receives the signal and then it starts to recognize that you are in the body, right? You are spirit. Your spirit incarnates into the container. You are the volume that occupies the container. You follow? The moment that you leave the container, everything just flops and drops, right? And the reason why it just flops and drops is because you're no longer present. That etheric cord has been snapped. And you got 3 cords that are connected to the physical body, right? First, you got your umbilical cord, which you get from your mother's placenta, which is that's an extra sexual organ. You welcome, AD. Shouts out to AD. Then you got the grounding cord once that umbilical cord is cut from your mother. And then you got an etheric cord. See that? And the etheric cord ascends from your head. This is what you go through when you go to sleep after y'all get off of here, right? And some people say, man, how you know it's an etheric cord in our head? Because when you was a little infant and you was being swaddled by your mother, you had a soft spot in your head. And that soft spot in your head is where your etheric cord is. And every night when you lay down for your body to rest, you don't rest, your body gets to rest. And the soul extricates through that particular wire, right? It goes through that cord and it goes into the spiritual universe. And when it goes there, your ego can't go there with you. So we'd call it a dream. When you leave a body, it's calling that a dream. Because your memory vault, which is in your subconscious mind, is still recording everything that's going on. You never turned off the record button after you left out your body. Your memory vault started to capture everything that was happening on that side. And because the ego wasn't present there for all that, because the ego can only control your sense of seeing, touching, tasting, smelling, and hearing, it just like, oh, that didn't really happen. That's just a dream. Because it couldn't take part in that. You follow? Is this making sense to you guys? Leave a nod in the comment section if this is making sense. I want you guys to be able to grasp these concepts. Because as you join us on the school, link is in the bio, you will get a more broader perspective of everything that I'm talking about as we develop on the school app and in the 1089 tech community. That's how you get access to the database. And next we're going to unleash a curriculum, right? For all the people in the tech community. And, for my people on the AAA side of things, your course correcting will automatically kick in because you already got a modem that puts your psychic center online with the spiritual universe, right? And these are targets, these are milestones that I have people reach, because a lot of self-taught people they mean well. I'm not knocking their intention, but I'm knocking the fact. I'm not even knocking. I just have to point out the fact that they never been corrected before. So they don't know what they're doing wrong because they never been corrected. And so they don't even really know if they're right or wrong because nobody never told them that you was wrong. And you can't be right until you wrong first. You hear me? And I spent the first 7 years of my journey being corrected. And that's what led me on the path to becoming a teacher. The student becomes the teacher after the teacher has corrected the student for his incorrectness or for his unconscious incompetence, which is something else we cover on the school platform as well, right? I don't put you on a journey to nowhere. I put you on a journey to somewhere. You hear me? You get on a journey to somewhere. Some people can hit the market, the target. Some people can't. And the only reason is because they don't think that they're able, like Cain and Abel. Cain said, I can't do it. God asked for their best offering. But Dr. Ray ain't asking for your best offering. I'm asking for your best effort. Some people like Cain and they say, I can't. Others say that they're able, and then they're able. You hear me? That's just how it go. Anybody got any questions right now? Any questions about anything that we covered? For those that may have missed it, go ahead and screenshot the board if you like. And, keep up with that for your own edification. We will have clarity in this great day and time. Nobody got no questions, okay? Yeah, so your spirit took on the persona of the physical body, and it ended up here. And what you have to do while you're alive, remember I told you have to spend every day of your physical life preparing for the afterlife. What you're supposed to do, because this is you right here. This the 1/3 is you. And your etheric cord, let me just put the asterisk so y'all know what I'm talking about. Your etheric cord is hitting all of these markers right here. That's how far your etheric cord goes back up. You follow that? So your spiritual mind, which is right here in the psychic center, what your job is to do is to get it to override the physical heart. Because your spiritual mind operates with a spiritual heart, right? We'll do it like this, right? That's your spiritual heart. And we'll just call this the physical heart. You feel me? So you got to override your physical mind with your spiritual heart. So the spiritual heart has to take over the physical mind. And that's going to give you access to your spiritual senses, which is intuition, clairvoyance, telepathy, and psychometry. Y'all follow that? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? All right now. Y'all need to come join us in Atlanta, March the 7th and the 8th. On March the 7th, we'll be going over Raynology 102. And in Raynology 102, this is past the introduction to Raynology. But we still will be using the Raynology. And on Sunday, March the 8th, we'll go into the intermediate class where we'll go into the science of the Netaru. And when we go into the science of the Netaru, we're going to be dealing with the aspects of the higher heart and the spiritual mind. Because a lot of people that have been showing up to these events, they've been hit with the staff a few times. And now their psychic center is starting to become online on the psychic plane, right? Not on the internet plane, but off world, right? And they're starting to operate from who they are spiritually. And we're changing the courses of people's life at every event, right? I don't have to toot my own horn. That's something we need to work on next time we interface, Ricky, is we need to put some more testimonies up. We'll start building around the testimonies and put that background, put the background on the testimonies first. That'll be the first layer that we'll go through. But right now I'm working on the root chakra, and I'm real excited about it. That's why I got the red on today, because we're dealing with the root chakra on the school app. That's going to be the next thing. I know I gave you guys enough to study with the earth cord, which is the grounding cord, right? And I gave you guys enough to study in that regards. And, I'm raising students to be quite erudite with who they are physically, because you can't get the spiritual knowledge until you cover the aspects of who you are physically. Said it's the blood connected to the root. You're going to have to add, that's an incomplete thought. What root you talking about? You talking about the chakra, the root chakra? No. The chakra is not nothing physical. The physical aspects of the chakra will be found in the endocrine system. That's dealing with, the gonads, the testes, or the ovaries. You follow? Those are two different things. Those are two different words. Just like your earth core, the grounding core, is not nothing physical. That's the spiritual aspects of who you are. The physical aspects of that that's laid out with the arteries and the veins. That's why I show you the arteries and the veins. You got 13 arteries and you got 13 veins that move through the complex of the anatomy. And it's even more than what I shared with you guys concerning Geb and the Earth Star and the grounding core. It's a lot more. I just don't want to overwhelm you guys. All right? It's going to be a part 2 to all of that. Like the next layer, like I told y'all, this shit it's infinite. It's eternal. Right? And you are an eternal being. You are a boundless being attempting to experience life in a temporary locality. Even your whole universe is on course for an event horizon. All right? There's not a tree on this planet that one day won't meet its fate. There's not a creature in the ocean that won't one day perish, right? Because the spirit that occupies that particular container, vessel, or vehicle will one day evolve beyond it and return back to its source, the same way that water returns back to the sun. Because when you're drinking water, all you're doing is consuming liquid version of light, right? You're consuming plasma, right? You're taking solar plasma, which is generated out of cosmic plasma. You follow? That has dropped in density the same way that you have. Am I making sense to you guys? Y'all need to tap that screen. Tap that screen. There ain't enough of y'all tapping that screen. I need y'all to tap that screen, guys. Come on, man. I'm giving y'all premium content here. I know I am. I know y'all know y'all getting some premium content. Because I'm putting things in a graspable context. I'm not talking a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and I'm not using catchphrases and buzzwords in order to capitulate or to convey what I'm getting you guys to understand. Because raynology is mental knowledge. And what the mental knowledge does is it gives you the ability to function with fluidity on a spiritual level. Because as I said earlier in monologue, when it comes to spiritual knowledge transcends your ability to reason. It transcends your ability to comprehend. It transcends explanation. It transcends thinking. And your ego, the ego doesn't like that. It don't like nothing that leaves outside the senses. It starts to get you to second guess yourself. And this is why many of you mortals will end up saying things like, I should have listened to my first mind. Your first mind is tethered to your intuition. See that? See the intuition up there? That's your higher sense. You call it your higher sense, but it's actually your real senses. You really got two senses at the end of the day. Somebody tell me what the two senses are, and I'm gonna send you an organite unk. Somebody tell me what the two senses are, right? I'm trying to see who been following the knowledge on the platform, and this for the people that's been here, even the people in the 1089 tech community, AAA. This for all of y'all, right? And you let me know if you already got an unk. I'm gonna give you a medallion. If you already got the unk and the medallion, I'll give you ass a chest plate. There you go. You said, what's the question? Yeah, you ain't paying attention. I said, tell me what two senses make up your physical sense and your spiritual sense. These are your physical senses right here under the ego: smelling, tasting, hearing, touching, and seeing. Over here are your spiritual senses: intuition, clairvoyance, telepathy, and psychometry. You said touch and intuition. No, intuition is a higher sense. And you got to take all how you was able to deduce the physical senses into one sense, which is the sense of touch, right? You got to be able to do that with your spiritual senses too. You got to take intuition, clairvoyance, psychometry, and telepathy and deduce that into one sense. What sense is that? Or what is it that those senses are exhibiting? y'all, y'all ain't ready for that, right? And that's fine. This is why I be telling y'all that it's all about mastering the physical knowledge first. Once you master physical, you'll be capable of operating on a spiritual level, because you are a spiritual being. You're not a physical being. Your ego has convinced you that you are a physical being, but you're not. You just possess a physical body. And I tell you guys all the time, you are not your body and you are not your mind. These are merely utilities that you utilize in order to interface in this reality. That's all it is, right? And shouts out to Ricky because he got the first part right. Said discernment and clarity. That sounds nice, but that's not it. Ricky got the first part right. He gave it to y'all with the touch. Said mind and touch. No, that's not it. Let's get up to 200,000 likes. Let's tap that screen. Let's get up to 200,000 likes and see who will get it. Oh man, there go my sister M2 Gaius. Hey M2 Gaius, my beloved sister. M2 Gaius, it's been a minute. But the physical senses is primarily touch. Light has to touch the retina in your eye in order for you to see. Sound waves has to touch the incubus and the eardrum of your ear in order for you to hear. In order for you to smell, It has to touch the nerve follicles in the nose, right? In order for you to taste, something has to touch your taste buds. So even though you think that you got 5 senses, because you really got 6 senses, right? You really got 6 senses. That's why they say the sixth sense. And shouts out to my pops. That's the bridge. The sixth sense is the bridge that connects you to your higher. On the other end of that threshold are your higher senses. You're welcome, beloved. It's good to see you, M. Tagayas. It's been a minute, baby girl. It's good to see you, though. But that's a great guess. Y'all guessing. Remember I told y'all about second guessing? Shouts out to Keith Taylor. I was talking to Keith earlier, and Keith had a reading. And after the reading, he was messing with his Bluetooth and he dropped off. I was like, yo, that's all good. He had called back. I was like, yo, let's just talk on the phone. And because I had a couple of moves I had to make. And while I was out shooting my move, out of nowhere, Keith was like, yo, he heard my signal light come on because he was coming through the car. He was like, yo, you busting the left? I said, yeah. And he was like, I was right. I said, yeah. I said, you know why you was right? He said, because I didn't think about it. I said, exactly. Thinking is what block y'all. Your oversoul tried to give y'all the answer. No, clairvoyance is a sense. That's one of the senses. When we get up to 200,000 likes, I'm going to give it up. Oh, let me put it another way. The faster we get to 200,000 likes, the more time I give you guys to get the correct answer. You know, you get this unk right here. Let's take it off so I can show it to you guys. This is my dark matter unk. This is a smaller unk. It has black tourmaline, obsidian, shungite, black sand, 5 atomized metals, and it also has a neodymium magnet inside of it, right? You see the Z pillar, you can see the Uraeus and the wings of Offset. You can see the wound of Mother Nut, right? This got a lot of hiccup on it, and I'm going to put some extra. Yeah, you can say Mayat, Offset, Mary, right? Some say Ishtar. But tell me about them senses, Bajan, in the code. Tell me what Ricky already told y'all about the physical sense. Tell me about the spiritual. What? Yeah, I'm just learning. I hear you. Y'all let me know. Y'all taking too long to get to them 200,000 likes. I'm going to get an ass out. And that's just going to be that. Oh, man. Thank you, Beauty Royalty. Yeah, I'm going to get that ass out on y'all ass. Let's get to 200. Come on, tech community. Y'all tap that screen, man. Where you at, Shamari? Oh, Shamari hitting that mug. You ain't hitting it like Ricky, but it's all good. Y'all got to help Ricky out, man. Don't let Ricky just be the only one tapping getting that light meter up. Said, can you see my answer? No, I just seen you say, can you see my answer, though? I seen that. I'm pretty confident that no one to get the answer. I'm pretty confident in that. I can't stand corrected though. I don't know it all. They're touch and trust. Nah, you're guessing. And I did see that. I thought I didn't, but I seen that. Nah. That's when I said that y'all guessing. See, you can't think about it. If you put down the governor of your thinking, listen, and allow, you have to allow. Oh, I'm starting to get tired. You have to allow your oversoul, your oceanic consciousness, is sending you the answer. But you keep letting your thinking, you allowing thinking to block it. Shouts out to beautiful royalty. Thank you, beloved. You're beautiful for that. I just want you to know that. I appreciate that, beloved. Come join us in Atlanta, you guys. See, this is why I tell y'all it's important. It's important to come out to these events. It's very important. The knowledge is infinite. You ain't gonna get it in one sitting. Every live that I do, leading up to the seminar, going into the event of the seminar, and then after the seminar is going to bring everything together for you. So all the way up to the next event, which we having that one in July. And I need to work on that flyer too. But we having another one in July. That's going to be the Ancestral Altar Activation Workshop. And I have to give that disclaimer. You will be fast-tracked along the path if you show up for this event, right? It don't matter if you don't have the space for an altar or not. Hopefully you have your act together and you're capable of doing that. All my AAA members, y'all already know. You just need to show up. You don't even got to pay for it because you're already operating with it. But that don't mean that you can't benefit from the knowledge that's going to be disseminated. It's just going to be another layer that you didn't have before. But to everybody else, they just going to be honed in. They're not even going to be honed in on the PowerPoint. They're going to be honed in on, on the discourse itself, the components that they need and the different modalities that they need to put into play in order for their altar to be activated and to be functioning, right? So I'm telling y'all, I got a plant at my altar. When I first got it, it was just a little plant. Now that shit a full-blown tree, and it's touching the ceiling. It didn't touch the ceiling already. It's starting to bend over. It's intelligent. It be talking to me and shit. Okay, we ain't getting up there, y'all. Y'all don't want this answer, man. Y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want this unk. And like I said, if you already got the unk, they're ether. Nah. Nope. I'm not going to even give out no clue. But this just validates my point that you have to master physical knowledge. It's most essential to master physical knowledge in order to operate on a spiritual level. You got to master that part. And radiology helps us get through the physical aspects. Because see, most people get 360 degrees of physical knowledge. Most people don't even got that. They got 120 degrees of knowledge. Like the nation of gods and earths. Peace, God. Right? But we go to 121 degrees on a degree of that degree. And we deal with the laws of reflection. So you get in the 3-dimensional breakdown when it comes to the physical knowledge, right? Because remember, knowledge, although it's very necessary, it in itself is not a sufficient condition. Knowledge is not a sufficient condition. It's very necessary. It is, but it's not sufficient. Said touch and experience. Nah, you guessing. See, Ricky told y'all touch. He's quite studious. I knew that Ricky was gonna say it first. I already knew that, but it's you don't know that other one though. So everybody else, y'all just piggybacking off of what Ricky said with the touch part, because y'all didn't say it first. And I know he sat back and like, let me see if somebody gonna say something, but y'all ain't nobody say nothing. It's like shit, fuck that. I'm about to get this shit a shot. I heard you, Ricky. I heard your thoughts, man. All right, now y'all need to be tapping that screen like Ricky, man. Ricky putting in all the work. Yeah, yeah, y'all not ready for that yet. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions? Dr. Ray getting tired, man. I've been up since about 4:30 this morning. It's AM. No, nobody know. Come on, man. Come on the other side of the wall. I can see y'all content creators looking from the other side. I see you. I know you're there. Stop guessing from the other side and come on into the room and just ask your question and try to get it right too. He said, I'm tapping for the answer. I know that's right. Man. And at the seminar, we're gonna do the Parudi the Baruti riddle. You said none for me today. My body is like, oh, I'm getting tired. I think it's that light that's making me like that. You're welcome, M2 Gaius. Shouts out to M2 Gaius. Shouts out to Shamari, Ricky Rodriguez. Man, Shamari been going in. Shamari been hitting the hell out that button, man. You been going in. I appreciate it. Mother Edinburgh, Joseph Blue, Beatrice Scott, Tasha, then MDM. Shouts out to Marissa Sloan, Moore's Man Living, M2 Gaius. Shouts out to JD, Kelly Gillies, Anita Patton, Harold Hunt, Tamata, Joe Brick, K. Smith in the building, Toby, Matrice, Martise Smith 203, Priscilla Graves, Tove George, Pauline Adebayo, James Cool 5818, and Brittany Scott. Shouts out to y'all. I appreciate y'all participating in this live and engaging the platform. Yeah, y'all not ready for that one yet, y'all. That's why I tell people to ask questions, because then I know it kind of tell me where you at with it. And don't be ashamed of where you at with it. You know, that's why I say hashtag spirituality for beginners. Because I remember those days when I didn't know I didn't know what a chakra was. I wasn't even aware that it was a chakra. I didn't know that shit. I didn't know about my aura. I didn't know about meditation, breathing, sun gazing, and putting your feet in the grass and hugging trees and all that shit. I wasn't aware of none of that. Binaural beats, fractal beats, because I caught the fractal beats before I caught the binaurals. Crystals, I wasn't aware of none of that shit. I thought a rock was a crack rock. Right? I thought a stone was freebase. And it's for educational and comedic purposes only, TikTok. I am not advocating people divulging drugs. I'm not. I'm just telling jokes, right? But I remember those days vividly. Vividly. That had to be about 30 years ago, right? But I was aware of my deficits. No. You still guessing, Shamari. I'll give y'all one clue. Only one clue. That's it. Just one clue. It transcends thinking. He said, I need my bears to clear that. It transcends thinking. No. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, y'all might not be ready for that. That might be a little bit too much. Didn't mean to overwhelm you guys and give you more than you're capable of. That might be a little bit too much. L said, what's the question? Y'all coming in late. He late, L. I said, tell me the two senses. Tell me the one sense that make up the physical senses, and tell me the one sense that makes up the spiritual senses. They both can be deduced into one sense. Bam, Ricky got it. Ricky got it. Ricky got it. I gotta give it to Ricky. Ricky got it, y'all. Ricky got it. Tell him the two, Ricky. Tell him what are the two. What's the one for the physical senses and one for the spiritual senses? That's right. Touch and perception. Touch and perception. Your higher senses operate off of perception. They can all be deduced into perception, and your physical senses can be deduced into touch. Shouts out to Ricky Rodriguez, the master moderator, Double R, the cybersecurity surgeon. Y'all follow that brother. Follow Ricky on this platform. Support his platform. Like all his videos. Follow him on all social media platforms. And don't forget to click the link in my bio and come join us on the school. Because then you're going to get a broader aspect of all of this. Right? I told y'all in the AAA and I told y'all in the 1089 for the people that's been there around a year. I said, yo, man, we about to take it to a whole nother level for 2026. Right? This the year of Sobek. So Sobek is the uniter, where things become complete. 4 + 6 is 10. That's Atum, the complete one. Right? Shit about to be complete, and we about to unite everything and take it to the next level. Right? Ain't no holding hands at this level. You're gonna really have to read, research, review, and repeat. Read, research, review, and repeat. Result-based, effort-based. Result-based, effort-based knowledge. That's what Raynology is. So you really gonna have to apply yourself from this point on, right? We got the classroom coming up, putting together the curriculum. It's a lot. But like I said, you got to master the physical knowledge. Master physical knowledge, and then the spiritual knowledge will start opening up on you. It ain't no rush. Shouts out to Leo Wright. Leo says it best. Shouts out, that's one of our elders. And he said, hey, you know how you eat a rhinoceros? One bite at a time. Right? Like I told y'all, you just need little increments. It ain't no rush. You dig? Check out the links in my bio. 1089techvision.com. Purchase an Orgone device. Purchase you an Orgone device and come join our community and get access to the lives. Tomorrow we're going to go over, it's Ray Day every Sunday, and it's a new moon for all my people that's been doing the moon magic. Shouts out to Tahuti. Moon magic is in effect. We didn't cross that threshold. It's 12:01. It's 1:01. It's 1:01 Eastern Standard Time, right? But shouts out to Ricky, man. Ricky, you the one, you another unk. I'm going to send it to you, brother. I'm going to bless it with some Palo Santo. And I'm going to project some cosmic light from Al Qadir into this device. It's already got some on it. Yeah, it's 11:01 Mountain Standard Time, 10:01 Pacific Standard Time, right? That's right. 360 degrees of physical knowledge and 360 degrees of spiritual knowledge. That give you 720 degrees of overstanding, right? Because it's dealing with the spiritual senses. Sia is a part of Hika. We covered that in spiritual application. We'll probably go back over that in Raynology 102. You got Hika, Hu, He, and Sia, right? Yeah, that's what we're doing. I guess we'll do that in November. Uh, you just gave me the seminar for November, Ricky. That's 1089 2.0, and we're gonna do that one. It's gonna be a 3-day seminar, and when we do this joint, it's going it's 1089 2.0, and that's going to be called the 1089 Vault. And we're going to integrate all 4 aspects of spiritual application into one sitting. That's going to be a vast ass seminar. I mean, that joint we're going to be in there from about 9 o'clock until 8 o'clock. For that one day. Ain't gonna be no staff that day. Ain't no getting hit with the staff on that day, y'all. Yeah, but we covered that before. Shouts out to Ricky again, man. Ricky got that thing. When I seen you put awareness, I said, okay, Ricky know what time it is. Let me see if he gonna get it. He came right back like perception. Right on, Rick. Rick been paying attention. He been studying. That's all y'all got to do, man. Just increments at a time. You know, I tell you guys in the 9 gates of Raynology of the 1089 manual, spend 19 minutes every day reading. 19 minutes. You don't have to sit there for hours, like I tell you. Just increments at a time. I know how, a lot of you guys are functioning on the frequency of the social engineering program. And you're like, man, I just can't find the time to do everything. Be patient. 1089 is the magic number. 1089 days. 1089 days. 1089 minutes. Right? Do it like that. Because 1089 ain't nothing but 3 years. Right? And to the beings that live on Ritz, that are surrounded by Utu, Apsu, and Shamish, what we perceive is 1089 days is just one day to them. They quantum leap us in intellect and technology, right? They on some whole other degree of evolution. Shit evolves on a whole nother plateau, right? The residue of what's not significant to them is paramount to us. We're so short-sighted that we think that anything that doesn't have the ability to communicate with us and express an opinion or give a perspective that we can benefit from, we think it doesn't exist. Just like crystals. Some people think crystals have no significance just because it can't talk. just because it can't take you to lunch. Just because, you know what I mean? It can't tell you who won the game tonight. So you don't think that it exists. Y'all look at your plants that way too. You know what I mean? You act like it's a chair. A chair is still a chair. Even when no one is sitting there. That's how people, you can't, everything not like a chair. But even the chair came from the mental abode. Anybody else? I'll take one more question before we get on up out of here. One more question. See somebody. I'm looking on the website now for the brother that came on in. EC. Shouts out to EC. Said willing and eager to learn. EC, you kind of look like like OT the real. Dirty hands. I had 30 grand off the oxys and the roxys and the perks and zans. Quick to hit the highway. It's a perfect plan. Risk it all every time, and it's worth the chance. Yeah, he looked like he kicking with a. The pills was a lot of people kryptonite. What y'all know about that? The pills made a lot of people rich for life. No more questions? All right. We're going to call out the 99 Net room. We're going to get on up out of here. Here we go. Who partner Tarat? Minu nu Sheu Kawun Ilabihu. Atun Ray. Nunet. He het. Ket Kiket Gamun Amunet. Atum Shu Tefnut Geb Nut or Set or Saru. Neptet. Zatuk Haru Happy Anquit Anti Nefertum. Mantu Bepti Sekmet. Het Har Best. Patan Bas. I am Hotep. Who me hurt Kepri. Meskahinit. Right? Kintamitu. Hika Neve Mayat Renintat Shah Sishat Mafdat Sobak Anubu. Kanum Kansu Tanin. Sia Hikat Amsu Sarapi. Atumre Tahuti. Taret Selkat Ha. Nehebka Sokar Bait. Akir Anihirit. Wabwawit. Siket Hitat. Maresgir. Sia Gadet Astinu Bahutit. Kanimtet Minket Him. Badudi Kabasinuf. Duamutaf Merit Ura Adjunikabit. Siket Anukat Jet. Tim Ua Uis Anku. Afnuit. Satis Sekti. Imta. Ninna. Imuet. Imseti. Kimamu. Reshef. Mary. Amore. For the sake of all. Who am I now? All right, you guys, we're going to get on off of here. Awesome live. Ricky Rick, I'm going to be in touch with you. I'm going to hit you up, Rick. Rock you to sleep, right? All right, you guys. Y'all enjoy the rest of your shadow hour. All my people in the tech community. New moon is tomorrow. And it's Ray Day. So we'll go back, we're going to stay prompt on this thing so you can get your materializations for the new moon. May the ancestors be with you in this great day and time. And may the Most High bless you with a peaceful night rest and an early rise in the AM. See you guys again very soon. I do.